raise questions and seek clarifications on issues discussed in the text. After going through this video lesson, you are expected to form questions for better understanding in the text read. Construct clarifications for better understanding in the text read. First, let's conduct a pretest to see how much idea you have before proceeding in this lesson. So get a pen and paper to write your answers. Choose the correct answer for the following questions. 1. It is the author's feeling through writing. A. Mood. B. Tone. C. Theme. D. Purpose. 2. It reveals the intention of the author as to how he wanted the readers to react and understand his ideas. A. Contribution. B. Idea. C. Purpose. D. Conclusion. 3. What are the two essential traits of a text that a reader can ask himself or herself about? A. Is the text modern and sensational? B. Is the text scientific and well hypothesized? C. Is the text useful and relatable? D. Is the text engaging and conversational? 4. Why is it important to raise or form questions during or after reading a text? A. It is a way of rating the quality of an author's work. B. It is a way of understanding the content of the text better. C. It is a way of encouraging fellow readers to explore more ideas. D. It is a way of memorizing the content of the text. 5. When seeking clarifications regarding a detail or details from a text, you can consider the following except A. Ask experts. B. Rate possible corrections. C. Verify details from credible and trusted sources. D. Read other sources with the same topic. Here are the correct answers. 1. B. 2. C. 3. C. 4. B. And 5. B. With all these problems and hassles going on due to our pandemic problem, I'm pretty sure that you can help but to feel sad and stressed. In a medical or biological context, stress is a physical, mental, or emotional factor that causes bodily or mental tension. Stresses can be external, from the environment, psychological, or social situations, or internal, illness, or from a medical procedure. In aid to this, the World Health Organization has released an article that might be beneficial for everyone who's experiencing this. After reading a text, a reader like you should be able to fully understand the content of the material. Reading must come with comprehension and validation through raising questions and clarifications. I'm sure you're excited to know more. There are many points or ideas that you can consider to achieve full understanding about the text that you have read. Some of the basics are the following. 1. What is the purpose of the author? If you are about to answer this question, what would be your answer based on the things that you have read? Good answer! The author wants to share different ideas on how to cope with stress during the pandemic period. An author's purpose reveals his intention as to how he wanted the readers to react and understand his ideas. 2. What kind of tone does the author show through the presentation of the text? Let's see what kind of answer you have. Nice! The author is eager to help the readers by providing many ideas on how to deal with stress. The tone is the author's feelings through writing. 3. Do you think the quality of the text content is useful and relatable? Can you identify parts from the text that talks about possible solutions or remedies regarding stress? If you say yes, then you are on the right track of this discussion. We are experiencing a pandemic crisis right now, and having this kind of material can really bring helpful ideas for readers like you, especially for those who experience stress. 4. Are there details or parts from text that require clarification? If yes, what can you do as a reader to clarify the unclear details or parts? Obviously, the text that you have read shows clear and specific details about the ways to be used or considered in coping with stress. But in the event that you encounter a text or material that happen to have unclear or confusing parts, the following basic tips can help. A. Verify details from credible and trusted sources. B. Ask experts. Remember that raising or forming questions during or after reading will help you understand the content of a text better. Read the short text below. Get a pen and paper to write your answer for the following questions. Now let's do the following. 1. What caused significant distress around the globe? A. Avian influenza virus. B. COVID-19 virus. C. Ebola virus. D. Anxiety. 2. What country also implemented nationwide lockdown like the other countries? A. Angola. B. Brunei. C. India. D. USA. 3. What was the purpose of the conducted research? A. To explore immediate solutions. B. To explore psychological distress. C. To explore other kind of virus. D. To experiment. 4. What is the purpose of the author in writing the text? A. Inform the readers. B. Persuade the readers. C. Challenge the readers. D. Entertain the readers. 5. In what way the content of the text become relatable? A. The text is relatable because India also has colorful traditions like the Philippines. B. The text is relatable because just like them, everyone in the world has been victimized by the COVID-19 virus. C. The text is relatable because the pandemic virus made research centers more active. D. The text is relatable because I have experienced to be a respondent in a survey. Here are the answers. 1. B. 2. C. 3. B. 4. A. 5. B. Wow! You did amazing! You got everything correctly. Let's proceed to the next. After reading the short text, analyze which among the given questions are appropriate and relevant to the main content. List down the questions which the text can answer. Be ready with your pen and paper as you write your answers. Questions to choose from. A. Was there a survey conducted to establish the impact of stress brought by the COVID-19 virus? B. What illnesses and disorders were said to be related to stress due to the pandemic virus? C. How does the COVID-19 virus mutate? D. Which survey agency presented details on how the pandemic triggered a rise on the mental health prescriptions among their respondents? E. Were there details regarding dates and percentage included in the survey result? And F. Was Parkinson's disease said to be related to stress? And here are the correct answers. We have letter A because the details regarding the survey were given. The next one is letter B because these illnesses were specifically mentioned in the first part of the article. Next is letter D because a specific survey agency was cited on the text. We now have letter E, because there were provided details for dates and percentage items in the course of the text. Then lastly, we have letter F, because the specific disease was mentioned in the primary part of the text. You're really impressive. Let's have another one. List down the parts of the text which can be subjected for clarification. Here are the answers. 2. Because it's not typical for stress to have advantages. 3. Because stress is not entirely recognized to be something that motivates someone. And 7. Because stress is not something that usually comes with health benefits. Knowing that you've really gained a lot of ideas today, let's take things on a little higher notch. Complete the outline below. I'm very interested how you constructed your answers. Let's check. 1. Essential points for better understanding of text. A. An author's purpose reveals his intention as to how he wanted the readers to react and understand his ideas. B. The tone is the author's feelings through writing. 2. Importance of raising questions during or after reading a text. A. Raising or forming questions during or after reading will help you understand the content of a text better. 3. Helpful tips on seeking clarifications. A. Verify details from credible and trusted sources. And B. Ask experts. To make our lesson more meaningful to you, look for any article regarding our pandemic problem at the present time. Using your pen and paper, construct some questions or clarifications after reading it. Ask your parents or guardians to enlighten you about your questions. Now it's time for our posters to check whether you really gained some insights regarding our topic or not. Get your pen and paper for this. Let's start. Choose the correct answer for the following questions. 1. As a reader, it is important in your part to recognize whether the content of the text is useful and A. Creative, B. Organized, C. Relevant, D. Conversational. 2. Aside from asking the experts, how else can a reader verify his or her clarifications? A. Seek details from credible and trusted sources. B. Conduct self-study about the topic. C. Relay your questions to your parents. D. Post it to any social media platforms. 3. Why is it important to identify the mood of the author? A. The mood of the author tells the main point of the story. B. The mood of the author affects the way readers understand the story. C. The mood of the author reveals the style used in writing the story. D. The mood of the story adds color to the text. 4. What is the point of raising questions or clarifications towards the text we read? A. To prove that the author is either great or average. B. To know what inspired the author in writing the material. C. To understand the text in a deeper and clearer way. D. To question the credibility of the author. 5. Why should you identify the purpose of the author? A. For me to react and understand the text appropriately. B. For me to be amazed on his writing style. C. For me to have the chance to know the author personally. D. For me to decide whether to continue or stop reading the text. Let's see if you got things correctly. Here are the answers. 1. C. 2. A. 3. B. 4. C. 5. A. Wow! Great job! You got everything correctly. Since you had a nice time learning from today's lesson, I'm sure that you're ready for the next topic. Good luck and enjoy the next one!